Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today we're going to be doing an overview of the HyperX Cloud 2, the HyperX Cloud Revolver, and the Astro Mixamp TR Pro. And we're going to combine the two on how it sounds when they're paired to the Astro Mixamp. So first, let's get started. We'll go ahead and look at the Astro Mixamp. So honestly, with this thing, I think anyone should actually get something like a sound card for their Xbox. Xbox is limited to the Turtle Beach TAC and the Astro Mixamp. I would say any headset, any headphones would benefit off a good sound card, which to improve the sound. Looking at the Astro Mixamp here, we have the volume controls, we have the game and voice chat mixer. We have the Dolby. This was to enable the Dolby 7.1 surround, which I find myself, after a while, I'll turn it off. After about 1 to 2 hours, I'll turn it off. And but it does sound pretty great with it on. It does give it that more spatial sound, that deeper sound stage, or that wider sound stage, and it does work pretty well. Moving over here to the equalizers, I mainly use the first one, which is the Astro preset. That one does give off a good amount of bass. I do like that one, especially for Black Ops 4. The footsteps do come off more of a deeper frequency, lower frequency. And then I do use the last preset, which is tournament mode, and then the other two are I don't really use too much. So looking at the back here, you have your optical input, you have your stream output, and then you have your USB, which needs to be connected to the Xbox if you're using it on the Xbox for voice to work, or else voice will not work. Back here you have your Mixamp link connections, you have your headset, and then you have your aux input. Now this thing does come with a pretty cool little device here. Or a splitter. It's got the headphone side, it's got the microphone side. I do have a microphone hooked up to this. It's the Neewer NW 700 condenser microphone. I do use it to chat on Xbox Live, but it does come with a good splitter. I like it. Alright, moving on to the HyperX Cloud 2s. Now I've had these since earlier this year. You would use them just connected to my Xbox controller. I thought they sounded pretty good for a headset, and they sounded pretty good. Don't get me wrong, alone, but I feel like I just felt I wasn't getting what it's truly capable of, and there are not many reviews of pairing this with a Mixamp, so I wanted to give it a shot. And let me tell you, if you own the HyperX Cloud 2s, buy this. I am not kidding. You will unleash the beast, the good sound out of these HyperX Cloud 2s. They are a very well designed headset with good audio. It's got 53mm drivers, and the impedance is 60 ohms, which is why it would benefit off a Mixamp, just to push a little more power than what your controller can put out. Now, this does work for PC, Xbox One, PS4. For PC users, you do have the option of using the provided USB dongle, and that works. It works pretty well. The only downside to this thing was when it's by itself is there is no volume controls, nothing, and I didn't like that, so that's why it's good to have one of these as well, so you can control the volume. Now moving on to comfort. This headset is extremely comfortable. Well, I wouldn't say extremely. It's comfortable, okay? Now I love the design. It's got the aluminum all alongside right here. It's got a good hard shell, and it's got their memory foam cushions. And it's got a little cushion in the inside as well. If your ears point out too far, it does have some memory foam right here for provide good comfort. overall, this was a really good headset. Now, I was doing some research on the Cloud Revolvers, and they were saying that it was more comfortable than the Cloud 2s. So I went ahead and bought it. Only because this is as far as this headset extends. It doesn't extend too much, so when it's on my head, it's legit all the way on, and it's pressing up against here. Over about 3 hours of gameplay, that's when I start feeling it. I have to start adjusting it every 5 minutes, and so that's why I got the Cloud Revolver. Now, there is a Cloud Revolver S, but the only difference between the Revolver and the Revolver S is that it comes with a USB dongle for Dolby 7.1 surround. But if you have the Astro Mixamp, there's no need to buy the S. Save yourself some $30. Actually, I got this on sale with a coupon attached to the sale. I got it for $56 from Best Buy. Definitely a good buy considering it was $120, or its MSRP is $120. So looking at the Hyperx Cloud Revolver, these operate at a lower impedance, so it's got 30 ohms instead of 60 ohm resistance, and they're actually 50 millimeter drivers instead of the 53. But I will say, these do offer more of a punchy sound, which is really good for Black Ops 4 in particular, because, like I said, the footsteps do have a lower frequency response, so you're able to hear those a lot clearer. They advertise a wider soundstage on this headset. I did notice it a little bit, but not, by a lot, I will say there are little vents in here. I don't know if you can see that. There are little vents in here on both sides and on the top and bottom right there. And that way you're actually able to hear from the outside. Now, some people may not like that, but if you don't have a good mic monitoring set, then that will be good, because like I said, I don't have the mic attached. I have a separate mic, and with the HyperX Cloud 2s, it was a little rough hearing myself, but with these, I can hear myself a little more clear. Now, it's not letting too much sound in, but it does let your ears breathe a little bit, let some sound in, and which also I would think that that's what helps out with that wider sound stage. So it does work out really well. And then, like I said, this thing does flex up and down. Now, comparing the two, let's look at build quality first. Build quality, I would say the HyperX Cloud 2s are definitely feel more premium. They're mostly metal and some parts that are plastic, but even that plastic feels high end. And versus the HyperX Revolver, it honestly feels pretty cheap. To be honest, it is lighter. It definitely is lighter. But this metal right here is more like it's aluminum, but it feels lighter. The plastic doesn't feel as premium, if that makes sense, especially right here on the ear cups. It feels really cheap, and overall, just you hear that just very squeaky, or very when you compare it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look as premium as it should, considering it costs more than the HyperX Cloud 2s. But hey, now comfort between these two. I will say HyperX, the Cloud Revolvers for sure. These win in comfortability. I wore these, no joke, for 6 hours last night, and when I took them off, I didn't feel like there was a headset on me. Like most headsets are, you feel that pressure on the top of your head and over your ears. These you don't. They are extremely comfortable. It feels like there's a cloud over your head. No joke. Definitely the win for these. As far as sound goes, as far as crispiness, they sound almost identical. Now, here's where preference comes along. If you like more of a bassy sound, more bass coming from your headset, the Revolvers are definitely the way to go. If you don't really care about bass too much, you just care about the mids and trebles, then the Cloud 2 is where to go. Although the Revolver does put out good high frequencies. I think it's well balanced with low and high frequencies versus the Cloud 2s mostly focuses on high frequencies. And I mean, the lows are pretty, you know, they're decent, but you definitely don't hear the rumble. So overall, though, I do like the Revolvers. I am going to keep these. I'm selling my Hyperx Cloud 2s, and we'll be getting rid of those. I'm sticking with the Revolvers, but like I said, pair it with the Mixamp. Like, you won't go wrong. You need to pair it. This thing does help tremendously in the long run. So, but I hope this video helped you make your decision. If you were like me, wanting a better sound out of your headset and a good sounding headset, everyone knows HyperX is the way to go, the Cloud series. And yep, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave questions in the comments below, and I will get back to you. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good one.